WWE Backlash tonight became truly one of the most unpredictable nights in WWE history in recent memory. Over the years, Backlash has given us some incredible moments, but tonight may have given us some even more bizarre moments that we will never forget. So let us kick off the results of WWE Backlash with a grudge match that is over a year in the making, as Braun Breaker did battle with the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Excuse me. This was a battle of former Vision stalemates going at it, all because, all because of the fact that Seth Rollins, in Braun Breaker's mind, was hogging all the glory for himself. And this one truly was everything we had expected. We knew that Paul Heyman was going to get involved. We knew that Austin Theory was going to get involved. We knew that Logan Paul was going to get involved. This was pure chaos. Enough said, you guys. This was pure chaos. We saw Seth Rollins bring out a steel chair and attack both Logan Paul and Austin Theory, the World Tag Team Champions, with that steel chair. And we saw Seth Rollins come this close, but ultimately falling victim to a massive spear by Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker walks out with the dub. I think it's safe to say that Seth Rollins is not done with the Vision. Braun Breaker may think that he's done with Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins is not done with the Vision. That brings us to the United States title, which was a rematch from WrestleMania, as Trick Williams defended against Sami Zayn. Excuse me, and this got a little personal after what happened last night on SmackDown with the funeral, if you will, of the Gingerbread Man, and it just escalated. Like, we knew that Sami was very passionate about becoming the United States champion. Excuse me, and he wanted to continue the legacy that John Cena brought into the fold with the weekly open challenges for said U.S. title. But once Trick Williams took the title from Sami at WrestleMania last month, we kind of knew that Trick Williams was not gonna be that guy, and that he wanted to face off against all comers, but wanted the best of the best. And nobody is as good as Sami Zayn, but if you guys watched the Countdown show, excuse me, earlier tonight, Michael Cole, Peter Rosenberg, Corey Graves, and Big E, they basically alluded to it as well. And in a matter of speaking, they're right. The one thing that Sami Zayn has not done, out of every single thing that he has accomplished throughout his entire career, what, 4-time, 5-time Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion, NXT Champion, former U.S. Champion, WrestleMania main eventer, competed inside the Elimination Chamber, competed in multiple Money in the Bank ladder matches. Out of everything that he has done, there was one thing that he has yet to accomplish, and that was win a world championship in WWE. That was the one thing that has driven Sami Zayn more than anything else, but it's drove him to be this version of Sami Zayn that, to be honest, we haven't seen in years. In fact, it's actually been about I want to say 4 years since Sami Zayn was a heel. So I think heel Sami Zayn could be coming back. But obviously we knew that little Yachty was gonna get involved, and he got involved. I mean, we saw the kendo stick come into play. We saw little Yachty interfere in the match. it was everything we knew that was bound to happen. But the final moment ultimately became Sami Zayn's biggest downfall because Sami Zayn hit Lil Yachty with the haluva kick, and that ultimately became his downfall as Trick Williams hit Sami Zayn with the trick shot to retain the United States title. Big congrats to Sami Zayn on an incredible match. Actually, let me rephrase that. Congrats to Trick Williams on an incredible victory over Sami Zayn. I think it's safe to say that Sami Zayn is not gonna let this one go. Next up was a tag team match that we did not know was gonna happen. We did not know what was gonna go down. Kid Wilson and The Miz have made Danhausen's life a living hell ever since Danhausen first bursted on the scene in WWE earlier this year at Elimination Chamber in Chicago. And it's weird because we all thought that Danhausen was going to be mentored by The Miz. We all thought it was going to happen, but but the rivalry, the curses, everything, it just got weirder and weirder and weirder. And it only got even more weirder from there because earlier tonight we saw the cloning machine and Minihausen showed up. A miniature person, a midget, if you will, came out of the box, and he was basically known as Minihausen. So Minihausen and Danhausen battled Kit Wilson and The Miz, and Kit Wilson and The Miz, they both thought that Minihausen was going to be just a cakewalk, but nope, they were wrong. They were wrong. Minihausen shut Miz and Kit up, and it was kind of freaky. But obviously at the end, Danhausen hits The Miz with a pump kick from just a random ass pump kick to win the match for himself and for Minihausen. But we now move into a match that became an instant classic between Senpai and Kanpai. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Kanpai? Kenpai? I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Between Io Sky and Asuka. Two women who trained together in Japan, traveled all across Japan, wrestling in multiple promotions, winning championships together, being a part of Damage Control not so long ago, and everything else in between. This whole thing escalated even further when Io Sky decided to align herself with Rhea Ripley late last year, and it escalated even further at Crown Jewel, where in Perth, Australia, we saw Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeat the Kabuki Warriors in Rhea's home country in Australia, and then it escalated even further inside War Games. Then it escalated even more when Rhea and Io defeated the Kabuki Warriors for the women's tag team titles. We knew that it was going to go deeper and deeper and deeper than that. But once Kairi Sane ultimately got released from WWE, that's where everything changed. Asuka knew that she was going to be going at it on her own, and tonight was no different. This truly became an instant classic as we saw two of the greatest female wrestlers in the world go at it in a match that we thought was going to be a squash match. No, this was an instant fucking classic. Two women beating the hell out of each other all based on respect. And in the final minutes of the match, Asuka attempted to hit Io with the mist, but Io took Wade Barrett's notepad and used it as a shield. And in the final seconds of the match, we saw Io Sky hit Asuka with the over the moonsault to pick up what I would consider to be the biggest victory in Io's career. And we saw what we thought was going to be Asuka retiring as she shedded tears of joy that Io Sky defeated her senpai. So obviously going into Raw this Monday, the fallout is going to be a bit interesting, but I think it's safe to say that Asuka has retired. But we really don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. We will find out potentially this Monday on Raw. However, that brings us to the announcement that John Cena was going to make. But what is that announcement? Well, he has announced a brand new tournament based on his own legacy. You heard me right. Known as the John Cena Classic, and there will be a championship that will be crowned to the winner of the tournament, and it will be voted in by the WWE Universe, and it will all take place at a brand new premium live event. But obviously, all the info will be announced at a later date. Obviously, we might find out tomorrow. We could find out on Monday. Only time will tell. But that brings us to the main event that could have altered the landscape of WWE as we know it forever. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, the OTC versus the Samoan Werewolf for the World Heavyweight title. Here's what I find so funny, and I said this when I did my predictions for WrestleMania and also the results of WrestleMania as well. I talked about how Roman Reigns called the World Heavyweight Championship the Losers Bracket Championship when he won the title at WrestleMania. I just find that very funny. But this one, much like Io and Asuka, this one was also an instant classic. Enough said. I don't even have to say anything else except that this went all over the place multiple times. Jacob Fatu applied the Tongan Death Grip onto Roman Reigns. We saw Roman get hit with the powerbomb through the announce table. It went all over the place. And just when you thought Jacob Fatu had the match in the bag, a spear by Roman Reigns picks up the victory for the OTC. And this one was nasty because we saw Roman Reigns hit the spear on Jacob Fatu at least like what, 4, 5, 6 times at best. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. We even saw Jacob Fatu hit Roman Reigns with the mighty moonsault, and not even that was enough. But once Roman Reigns was handed back the World Heavyweight title, Jacob Fatu attacked Roman Reigns with the Tongan Death Grip, not once, but twice, before ultimately raising the World Heavyweight Championship over his head, believing that this rivalry is far from done. I think it's safe to say that we could be seeing another match take place potentially at Clash in Italy. Maybe it might happen at SummerSlam. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that Jacob Fatu has become even more unhinged than ever before, and no one is safe. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed and you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.